There's Anders Rasmussen. I think is it the Fox from Waterford who made the final table that year?
Wow.
He dogged Peter Eastgate's aces and can say from then on, you know, that he knocked out the world champion of the Irish Open.
He had huge support. When he got knocked out, everyone left and went to the bar, and there was just a cleaner and a cook left watching on the feature table.
It's true. And this is Anders the Dane. I think one of the features, not just the Irish Open, Ross, but of poker, is how tough the players you've never seen before are likely to be.
Yeah, I mean, all these internet qualifiers, you don't know where they've come from. It's like a second Viking invasion. They came here first in 998 and set up our lovely city, and then they're back to take all our chips.
Right, it's 150 total.
And you talk to some of the Irish guys who've come over and the Germans, whatever, and they all have such good things to say about being in Dublin, being in Ireland, the atmosphere here. So many people are back here for the second and third year in a row now.
Yeah, and the venue, the Burlington, is great. People can they can saunter into the city from here and stumble home later on in the evening after a few drinks in town. It's a great location.
So we've got a re-raise, a 3-bet actually. Gerard Martin re-raising Anders Rasmussen, and they're going to the flop. This is the first time we've seen a 3-bet, so it'll be interesting to see how what these guys want to do.
Deuce 5-9.
And it's the kind of flop where if you were best before the flop, you're best after the flop. So,
Check.
you know, if Rasmussen has a pocket pair or ace king, and those are the kind of, I guess those are the kind of things you're thinking about.
Will Ger get himself in a lot of trouble with that bet?
Cool.
Looks like he's bet 1,000. This is starting to get serious now. This pot's up there, over 3,300, and I mean, with the re-raise and the bet on the flop, Martin's kind of representing a big pair here: queens, kings, aces, that range.
Check. 2,000.
And that's a serious bet.
Ger's leading, could find himself in all sorts of tricky positions here.
I kind of think the way Rasmussen has played this, he's got something like, you know, 7s, 8s, 10s, maybe even jacks, and is going to have to decide if if it's worth his stack. Does Martin have the big pair?
Raise to 4,500 total.
He's re-raised him.
Oh, that's serious.
Oh, and he's a serious-looking guy as well. Ger has a lot of thinking to do now.
What do you do if you're Martin right now and you've got like that big pair? Because like, if you're Rasmussen, you can't really make this bet unless you can beat kings or aces.
Yeah.
You've been re-raised. He's bet into you twice.
I think Ger would have been happy if Anders went back to Denmark after his last bet, and now he's thinking, what'll I do for the rest of the weekend? He looks like a broken man. Meanwhile, Anders isn't giving away anything. That body language is stone cold. He's been listening to Lady Gaga.
Is he going to show? First serious pot of the tour. I mean, that is a big pot. And Gerard Martin's sole survivor going to have to stare down the Dane. Well, they've played about 2 rounds of the table so far. And Anders Rasmussen, he flopped a set, made it pay. That's why he's got the early lead. Gerard Martin already about 2/3 stacked, which is not where he wants to be. Blinds are up to their second level now, 50, 100. And Ross, I mean, the chips at this table really tell the story of what's happening. The guys who have the chips, it's been so apparent that they've been playing good, strong, aggressive poker.
Yeah, and they've been hitting the cards in the way the guys who are losing aren't. I suppose, you know, Gerard's been sponsoring all the other players at the table. He should print up little logos for himself and stick them on the other guys' tops, because he's giving them all his chips at the moment.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess cards make winners look smart and cards make losers look dumb, because, like, it's hard to fathom how anybody sitting in Gerard's seat is going to have any chips at all. You know, anybody else that he had tough hands to play.
You know, he might want to change his strategy during the tournament, but even if he wins a few hands, if he keeps playing like that, he won't hold on to them for very long.
He's got a game that's based on hitting flops, isn't he? We got a pot here, by the way, and
Another cool raise, make it 400.
Romanello has let out at this. Conlin's raised with 2 pair, and Rasmussen, who has top 2 pair. This is massive because Gresh is in as well with the flush draw.
And a 5, you remember what could happen with that as well. This is a big one.
And I'm not sure if Christopher Conlin's going to get away from this. The question is, what is...
Re-raise, 1250.
This is now serious money.
Yeah.
This is now serious money and a big decision for Conlin. Because, I mean, Ross, you could say to yourself, if you're Chris Conlin, you look at that and you say, that kind of board, you know, Rasmussen's raising me on a queen-king. He's raising me on a diamond draw. There's only a couple hands that beat him here. How do you get away from this?
You possibly don't. I mean, you know, when are you going to play hand? You got top pair, also a bottom pair. 4% chance to win the hand, but he doesn't know that.
If he can find a fold here, he's either scared, really good, or just plain confused.
He's got to be looking at the diamonds as well, thinking that's another reason for me not to want to be here.
And the big problem he's got to face, Ross, is since he has Joe Gresh in the middle behind him, you know, is calling an option? Is he thinking I have to re-raise or pass? This is a really tricky spot, and that is that is classy.
That's a mature fold.
Oh my gosh. Lot different story for Joe Gresh because he's got a big draw, number 1, and number 2, he's closing the action. And if it comes a diamond or a 5, wow.
Anders Rasmussen having a very slight show of emotion there. He uses eyes to look at someone else. And that's the first time we've seen that. He must be wondering what Gresh has.
This pot's massive.
No diamonds. Joe can't be happy.
Check.
It gives a very quick check. Rasmussen might pounce on him here. Ooh, I thought it was...
I mean, if you bet here, and
2,100.
That's asking a big question of Joe Gresh. You really can't stick around hoping for another diamond, can he?
I mean, you know, it's because he's got that 5 as well, isn't it, Ross? He might be thinking, if I hit my king, we know. If he hits the king, it's good. If he hits the 5, it's good. He's got a lot of outs here. And he may even have some bluffing outs. He might say to himself, you know, if it comes a 9, if it comes an ace, I can try and stick them all in. This is a chance to get a really big stack in this tournament, and this is the biggest pot we've seen. He might be thinking of bluffing in some spots here, Greg. What he wants is the diamond, though. And this is the kind of card where if Gresh decides to bluff, well, he hasn't.
He hemorrhaged a lot of chips there. Now he's down to 4,500 chips. He lost about 3,000 chips there. He can't be happy with that.
Yeah. And there's no way Anders Rasmussen is betting in that spot. That pot's 7,000. He wants to show him down and take the money, and that is exactly what he's going to do.
Rasmussen can do no wrong.
Last year's winner, Christer Johansson, on one of the outer tables here, Ross. And what a victory. He's a long-time player, and he played really well last year.
Yeah, he'll be back again and again. All the winners, they always come back. They think, oh, that's my tournament. I kind of won that once. I own the Irish Open. And great to see him again. And I hear Ken Doherty, former world snooker champion, is here this weekend. Oh,
there he is. Loves his poker, Ken Doherty. Absolutely loves his poker. How strong would it be out of all the 700 players sitting down to play this tournament, Ross, if one of the final tablists is at this table right now? You never know.
You never know. It's a guess. Anders Rasmussen's doubled his money in an hour and a half of play.
5-fold.
He's looking strong.
He must be among the chip leaders right now.
Yeah, definitely. But that said, we've got 35 hours or so to play this tournament. it's anybody's
7
game.
raises 350.
Jeremy Martin's still in there, you know. You never know who's going to win.